So hello to episode 3 of getting to Norway, the road to Norway. So right now I'm going to like the DMV of Italy. I forget what it's called. It's like motorizzato. And so I have an appointment and it should go well. I really need to get my van registered in Italy so that I can get Italian insurance so that I can be, you know, an official vehicle. My time ran up in France. It's a French vehicle. Time ran up in France to get a driver's license because I just don't speak French and it was just too confusing. So I'm starting the process over in Italy and I'll have a year to get an Italian driver's license, or can go to Ireland and speak English and get it there. So that's the issue, is the language. So let's go do it and hope for the best. Like, I cannot make this up. It's so annoying. This is what I will be listening to for the next hour and a half, and then hour and a half on the way back as well. But if I break, it gives me a little bit of mercy. My goodness. Also, isn't our little village so cute? Let's see how long this takes. I'm really hoping that they don't do any kind of like inspection of starting the van and driving it. I mean, if they start it, it should be fine, but these people are coming to talk to me. Or no, he's gonna move his car. Perfetto, grazie mille. Alright. I'm so nervous. It's been so long of trying to get this done, so let's see. Can't make this up. I literally just hit a thing and dented the side of my van, and I can't open the sliding door. Trying to find the deeper meaning. All I can hear is, "You'll find out soon." But this is ridiculous. After just driving a little bit, I have just kind of settled into, okay, maybe that had to happen to the door because like it's fallen off before, the sliding door. I like opened it on the farm and it just went flying. So maybe something more dangerous was going to happen, and so it had to be very firmly secured now. And I'll have to get a new door, I'm assuming, at some point. And so that will be a much safer new door. So I see it as divine intervention. And I also know that like with every problem, there's already a solution created. So me stressing about it or worrying about it or anything is like not gonna help. So I actually feel pretty fine about it. It's a bummer. It's not what I was hoping for. But it's all part of the journey. So hopefully he doesn't check the sliding door at this inspection. Well, it's not an inspection. Hopefully he just takes the paperwork and just does not look at this fucking van. Okay, I have arrived and I just want to show you real quick. Oh my god. I'm not gonna make a big deal because I don't want them to focus on that here. I have to go find my English speaking guy. No. So that was fine and not bad, but also not successful in the way that I wanted it to be. From what I understand, I have to go now and there's this thing called the COC. So I had ordered it from the Renault in France, and apparently I figured that I would need a translator. Like I needed to like hire a translator for French to Italian. But he was saying that I need to go to the French Renault and get a new COC, which is like whatever I have to do. So that I have to go figure out. And then I do have to get an inspection because this is technically a small lorry, which I didn't know what lorry was. I'd never heard that word before, but my British friend says it all the time. So lorry is like a truck. So it's like a small truck, like, you know, like transporting trucks of goods. What do we call them? What do we call them? In the truck lane? Trucks? I guess we call them trucks. I feel like there's something else that we call them. I don't know. I can't. There's too many things that I have to think of right now. So when I get back, I'm going to do some research. If it is more in my interest to go that route of all these things and then coming back, getting the inspection, then getting the Italian plates and all that, if I can do it in the next month, or would it make more sense for me to get temporary insurance, because my French insurance just messaged me back and said, like, give me your details, we'll see if there's any plans available. Then I could take it to Ireland. And the reason I would take it to Ireland is because I am an Irish citizen. I speak the language. It's much easier for me to do everything there. And I probably want to become a resident of Ireland at some point. I have a farm there, a family farm. They have great taxes, all these things. And so I think that that is something I will explore if this seems too messy. So it's like, I just cannot believe it. It's like doing paperwork for vehicles in Europe, because it was the same in France. It's like a full-time job. This is a lot of work. All right, I'm going to try and find a charger for my phone, because I'm going to talk about that right now, actually, too. One moment. 3 things I want to talk about. One's tragic, so we'll get into it. The charger, it broke, the charger that I have. Oh, maybe there's so many things now piling in my brain that I want to talk about. Okay, the cigarette lighter charger broke. I don't know. I have to find a way to charge my phone. I only have a few percentage on my phone. Otherwise, I'm like, how do I get home? Number 2, in this order. No, we'll start with that. Okay, so the doors. It's always the fucking doors right now. And I'm not sorry for my language, but someone said that maybe the algorithm doesn't like the language like that. I don't know. Slamming my door into this cement pole today, this other door. So I've got this problem with this door. That door used to not work. Now the sliding door is broken. I need a new door. All the gates of my fence are screwed up. Like, they barely open. A lot of things with doors. And so I'm like, what does this mean, God? Like, while I'm driving and listening to that lovely beeping, I'm like, God, what is this, the door thing? And I just keep hearing, like, you got to close the doors that have to be closed and walk through the doors that's meant for you. I'm like, well, what door is meant for me? Like, is it Norway? And it says yes. Is there another door? It's like, no, just walk through this door. Like, hey, I'm trying to walk through this door. Why are all these other doors fucking breaking on my way? And so I just keep saying the prayer, like, God, I give you permission to close the doors that are not meant for me and to open the doors that are meant for me. Make it obvious, make it clear, make it done with ease and grace. Thank you, and so it is. And then I also, so now there's another layer to what I'm trying to, all the things I'm trying to tell you. On the farm, we always joke about black magic and how black magic, like, it's kind of started with me when I tried to leave to Austria. My van broke down. It made me come back. Every time I've tried to leave the farm, something happens to my van. It broke down again the second time in the middle of the road, and then I was like, okay, I'll turn back. And so then it started again, got me to the farm, and then broke down on the farm. Another time I tried to leave to go to Florence, drove into a ditch. Another time I tried to leave, like, the door flies off the hinges. Another time I tried to leave, I get trampled by my horse and I can't walk for months. Another time I tried to leave, like, it's all these things that keep happening that prevent me from leaving, really. And so I'm like, is this divine guidance to keep me on the farm, or is it something else? Like, is this black magic, like a joke but actually kind of real? And so I've just been saying also, like, God, I choose with my free will and my complete knowingness and the oneness that we all are, that I am free of any spells, which I don't know much about spells, but I'm putting it out there. I feel like I'm meant to. Any spells, any black magic, any darker energies, any entities, any ties, any contracts that are keeping me on the farm that are not for my highest good. I command that these all be transformed into the highest truth across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Thank you, and so it is. This language and this dialogue and these powerful ways of undoing things, it all comes from my mom. I'm very grateful that she taught me all of these things growing up. And so I choose that, I command that, and I claim that as my reality for freedom. Because the more that I'm trying to fight for my freedom to go to Norway to start this new chapter, the more things are like, no, 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 no. And so then the other thing that I want to talk about are, let's make sure we're still recording. Yep. balancing forces. So pendulums, I've talked about this book all the time, reality transferring pendulums. So pendulums are these balancing forces. They try to keep you in like the old way of being. They try to control you. You can break free and you can create your own pendulum. I feel like the pendulums are like against me the more that I push and push and push, but at the same time, I know that if I continue and I keep my vision and I hold it clear, I'm going to Norway July 1st, no matter what. And even if like all these things start crashing in on me, I'm not going to focus on them. I'm not giving it energy. I'm just focusing on I'm going to Norway no matter what. This is where I'm going. I don't believe in all these other things trying to distract my energy and like keep me feeling small or in this old timeline. So when we look at quantum manifestation from reality transurfing, that is the focus right there. The other thing that I wanted to mention is that I'm also processing. We've had 2 deaths on the farm this week. One of the puppies that I've known since it was a baby. I posted a photo on my YouTube of one of them. It might have been her. She died yesterday. She was found dead. We have a rescue pit bull who was meant to go with someone who moved to the States, and he didn't end up bringing her. And she's known to kill cats, and that's why she came to us. But she must have somehow, she's never shown any sign of aggression towards dogs, but that must have been the reason why this little baby died. So super tragic. We're gonna have a burial for that animal too. I guess this is the side of rescue that people just don't talk about, and it's heartbreaking. And yeah, so that I'm also processing on top of all this other stuff. And so anyway, I'm gonna find a way to charge my phone and get home. All right, I just got home and here with the babies. And yeah, this it's not good. The door will not open. Oh my God. My friend here said he will replace the door, so I just have to find a new door. And then I don't know what to do about that part because that's all messed up significantly. But with every problem, there is a solution. Should we try kicking it?
I could try it and see if it opens.
Okay, well, maybe you stand here and like,
Oh,
yeah, but you have to pull here too.
yeah.
Oh my goodness. Okay, ready? Ah, cool. I can try. I usually have to send it anyway, so let me see what happens.
No.
Yep, it bounces off something. Just gotta keep it interesting.
We just got it running.
I'm going to do something I probably should not do. I'm going to try and hammer that metal part down. Oh my gosh. Wow. I'm really proud of myself for just fixing my van right there. I mean, of course, it's not nice that there's like this big dent now, but I thought it was gonna set me back. I was just like looking at new doors. I was looking at all this stuff that would be needed. My friend Kira in there told me like we got to cut off that metal there, and then there's gonna be a hole, so we have to fill it in. I think he just arrived back here. He's probably gonna come check out my work. But yeah, now I just need paint. I'm gonna live with the dent. That's fine. No, it's the cops. It's so strange. I don't know why the cops keep coming here. Like at first, I think they were doing a residency check. I think that also one of the neighbors complained about the tent. Also probably because of the cat. The other day, I think the neighbors maybe made a complaint, so maybe that's why they were driving by. I don't know. But yeah, Karen and I were just crying and processing the death of his puppy yesterday, and just the hardships of animal rescue and trying to provide a life for this many animals that no one else will, and the cost that comes with that. And like, you can never do things perfectly, and the neighbors really are upset that, you know, they're saying we don't love animals, and that, you know, she loves animals because she's vegan and like we don't, and it's like we're doing this all for the animals, but there's no way to do it perfectly. I imagine that's what that was. I'm sitting here trying to figure this out. I just reached out to some French insurance companies to ask if I can apply for French insurance again. Maybe if I go through another French insurance company, it'll be okay. I don't know why I didn't think of this sooner. I would rather get it in Italy, but gotta do what you gotta do. We'll see. I'm also trying to figure out the Italian stuff. It's a full-time job. I've committed to documenting this journey, so I think that this is part of it. These 2 deaths this week have been really heavy. Having the neighbors yell at me because I was the only one here really that lives here, and about the cat was so sad because I was sad for the cat, and I could understand why they were upset, and I understood it was a projection and not towards me, even though they were yelling it towards me and I had no part in it. And then the puppy is just sad because I remember the day they were born and picking their names because of, her name is Zucchero. We picked their names because Duolingo just has you practicing ordering in a cafe for so long. Like, you're just always ordering coffee, and so it was kind of a joke, but you know, it was like cafe con latte, e zucchero, or te, so the 4 of them are named cafe, latte, zucchero, and te. And emotions are really high right now. We're trying to find the best decision of what to do for the pit bull who probably did it, and like protecting her happiness, but also protecting all the other animals. It's a lot of decisions to make in this environment, and I don't even make them. I just offer suggestions, which can be triggering when emotions are so high, and so we just have to remind each other like we're all hurting and processing, and when you do that, it's usually pretty easy for people to just like realize where they're projecting and where, you know, you can come together and grieve together. So I think that this burial is going to be very emotional but beautiful. Will you sit? Wow. Oh my goodness. It's so good. Zima's on a diet and she's only supposed to eat 1 meal a day. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I have applied to French insurance for quotes. I've applied to get a quote for getting it translated to Italian. I've looked into, no, those are the two things. Or I've also messaged about getting the COC in Italy. So now I just wait. Now I wait for my ride to the funeral, and I think I'll probably play the Bulls. So yeah, I think today was a lot. It was good. It was intense. It reminds me just how alive I am, how many experiences I'm going to have to look back on when I'm older. When I was making this decision to, so I'm just watching Aslan be such a puppy over there, to move to Europe and to sell everything, I asked myself, when I'm older, I'm old, like I'm 80, and I'm looking back on my life, what will I be most proud of? And my decision was either to stay in my beautiful home in California, like probably wait till I met someone, and then we could hopefully, you know, build a life in California and just kind of stay where I always was. I grew up in California. Or I could just go completely into the unknown, what I was being called to, and just kind of see what happens. And so driving today with my van beeping at me for an hour and a half each way, so like 3 hours today of just beeping, and then, you know, all these confusing steps, the loss, the interpersonal conflicts and conflict resolution, like all of this is just, it's part of the journey, and it's part of a journey that I will always look back on and be like, that was wild. That was so wild, and I'm so glad that I did it. So I'm just sitting here with my lemon tree. And so yeah, I think as I reflect on all of this and reflect on sharing this journey and this side of my life, part of me is like, oh no, like, you know, my life's not perfect, but at the same time it is. Like, I'm so alive, and I've got so much wonderful entertainment in life, and I wouldn't have it any other way. I think that when it comes time to, not to settle down, but to find, like, when life brings me to more, I don't know, I guess peace, I will remember all the chaos that got me here. Like, I'm still in this process of shaking up patterns of my old life, and like I've come really far with it, but I can see how it's still happening for me, and it's bringing me to the places that I want to go. And it's such a clean slate of where I want to go. I know I want to go to Norway, and I don't really know much else past that. I know I want to raise this puppy to be the best Kango puppy dog ever, and with my animal family. I know I want to meet someone, a partner. I know I want to travel, but I also, could I capture that? She's doing this funny little dance. Oh no, she stopped. I would love to sail the world with my partner, with, oh, they're gonna come running down, I think. Oh, no, they're running up. With my animals, with my potential human babies. So we'll see. Life is an adventure, and that's what's so fun, is that there's so much unknown ahead, and the subconscious does not like that, and it will create all these things to try and keep you in the old timeline, but you get to decide if you keep moving forward or if you settle. There was this bee that I forgot to document this morning sitting on the door of my tent. It's all about the doors. Oh, here they go. Are they gonna run down? Oh, they're just gonna stay right there. Need to figure out how to charge my camera, because yesterday when I showed you guys all my camera gear, that windproof thing sounded pretty good. I have to figure out the adapter. What was I just saying though? I feel like it was good. Let me see. Yeah, it was good. So there's this bee on my door this morning, and it actually was there all night. It didn't move for the entire night. And then after I acknowledged it this morning, it flew away. And again, on the doors have been so significant. You have to close doors to be able to move forward. and you know, you can't just leave them half open, otherwise you literally, like if I leave this door partially open, I can't go to Norway. I have to close some doors, end some chapters, even if it's hard, even if I don't want to. I have to make the space, and you know what you have to let go of. It's clear, it's just not always easy to do. Aslan, don't do that! Come on! He's in his witching hour. But the bee to me, last thing before I go get ready for this funeral, the bee to me, I have my bee tattoo, it means never settle, and that we should never, ever, ever settle. And so in order, it was like on the door of my home. So in order to find home, to find peace in my life, this is all clicking right now, I have to never settle for anything, for anyone, in any way, shape, or form. And so, yeah, that's, I think, the lesson right now that I'm moving through. And all these things, they'll fall into place. All these logistics, they'll fall into place. But while that's happening, I'm learning all these lessons at a rapid pace as well. So thank you guys for being here. I want to document the funeral. I'll see if my camera is charged. If not, I'll do it on my phone. So let's go do that.